Welcome to the first annual WAWTA Speed Round. An episode of gargantuan proportions, starring none other than Mitch Graham,
How goes it?
Benjamin Rabb,
Hello.
and me, Paul Davidson.
Very serious. That's really serious.
Wow, that's
Oh,
pretty
it was
good.
dramatic, right?
It was very dramatic.
But Ben, tell people what's happening. This is something we've never done before.
No, we've never done this before. Hopefully we will do it again, and this will be the first time. We're immortalizing this. The goal is to take a lot of our ideas that are sitting in a bowl, because every week when we come in, we each bring 3 ideas, right? And we put them in the bowl.
I've complained about that quite a bit. Just FYI.
Well, Mitch
I feel
usually
You don't
he's
like-
good with 2 out of the 3.
yeah,
and then-
because I don't have 3 in my head. I got 1 or 2,
yeah,
maybe.
but you
max.
get there eventually.
Yeah.
So we've accumulated with all these weeks that we've been doing this. At this point, it's been what?
17 weeks.
17 weeks. So we had,
Wow.
subtract 17 from the times 3 of it all, and then that's what's left in the bowl, which, we're like, you know what? We're really curious. And some of us have forgotten what we've put in the bowl in the
I don't know who
past.
you're talking about, but do the math.
Paul.
Do the math. 17
Okay.
episodes
Times 3.
times 3
It's
minus 17.
So it's 51. So it's 34.
Is that real? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's better than my other math, than my stock market math.
Get him that SAT right away with that math.
Wait, let me double check it. No, I think we're good.
Add a 0.
I think that's right. Yeah,
I
51.
think so. Yeah. So we've got all these in the bowl, and we figured this is a great opportunity to sort of not really clean house so much as remind ourselves of some of the crazy ideas that we've put in the past, and bring them out right now for you guys.
So Mitch is an expert in gaming and come on, like between The Amazing Race and Big Brother, like on a weekly basis you're evaluating these things that are being produced for television and you're saying, I don't know about this, it's not working, I think this is what we need to do. So we give it to Mitch right now. It's his expertise. What are the rules of the game of the speed round? How are we doing this?
Well, okay, hold on. Let me think about it.
This is what you get paid for, Mitch.
Yeah, I know. By the way, you put me on the spot. No one puts me on the spot. So why don't we, I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to pull out very quickly. How much time do we get? 30 seconds for each category?
I don't
each
know.
topic?
Is that enough?
Oh, yeah, that's fast.
2 minutes?
It's like one statement.
So is it so?
I want to get through at least 5 each. Let's
Okay.
get 15 out of this bowl.
Ooh,
right?
Okay. All right.
So I think what we do is by the way, why don't we, okay, we're gonna evolve this live.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring out a clock on your phone.
Okay.
We'll do a minute for each one.
Okay.
And we'll do a hard stop.
And each person themselves, it's not a dialogue. Each person for a minute gives their thoughts
Yes.
on the topic.
Yep. And then we move on to the next.
Okay. And perhaps there'll even be a ticking clock on the episode for the minute.
Yep.
Perhaps. Or maybe just a ding at the end of the minute.
Yep.
All right, so
my timer is set with its own, ringtone.
All right, so Ben's
we're
we're gonna literally start with Mitch. We're gonna put a minute on the clock from the minute he reads the topic, and we are going to power through all of these. Some just dropped on the floor.
And whoever wrote the topic, they should lead, even if I pick it.
No,
No?
no, not at
okay.
all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
All right.
All right, here we are. Minute on the clock.
Wait, just a reminder. When the topic is done, we have to write the number of the episode.
That
on
takes
the
too
back.
long. You
We'll
have to do it later.
after.
But we
We'll do
have
it
to do it.
We'll do it after.
Oh my gosh, you just blew out everybody's speakers.
Sorry.
Okay.
Again.
Are you ready?
Okay, we ready?
Minute
Okay.
on the clock.
Wait, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Topic 1 of the speed round for today is let's tackle 2024.
So somebody put this in the bowl, obviously, at the beginning of the year.
You have a minute.
That
How
was-
much is left?
That
49.
was me. It was, but I don't know what I was thinking about when I wrote this. So here's the problem
You have
in this
45
format. This is the format issue right here.
45 seconds. Go.
I think what I was trying to get to was I'm turning 50 in 24, and I was
Yeah.
panicked a little bit. And
Which
I
you
was
did
like,
last week, by the way. Happy
which
birthday.
I did. Yep. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And I was like, hey, what do I want to do different for 2024? By the way, I have no idea this is what I was thinking about when I wrote this topic, but I'm going with it.
Okay.
I was trying to sort of figure out what I wanted to do different for 2024. By the way, I'll tell you, I'm 4 months in. I haven't done one thing different. I might be in worse
You haven't
shape.
even washed your face.
I haven't.
So you have not tackled 2024 at all.
I have
2024 is like run into the end zone right past you right now.
I'm not going to lie to you. I was better in 2023. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. So that's it. And your turn.
And your time is up. That was a minute.
Perfect.
All right.
get the chimes.
Oh my God.
I don't think we should use the chimes on your phone because I think we're going to do some post-production on this.
Oh.
That's okay. We'll do it for the others.
So now it's Ben's turn to talk about 2024?
It's Ben. No.
Oh.
Now we
No,
pull out
no,
the
new
ball.
topic.
Oh, shit.
That's
my
it.
bad. Okay, so I'm going again?
No, pass the ball to Ben.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Ben, can you do both? Can you pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. The timer and he's doing it all. A minute on the clock for Ben. Get ready.
All right, I have my topic.
Once
in
you pull out the
hand.
topic and read it, we start the minute.
Okay, well, topic and read it.
All right, just go ahead. Start the minute. Starting now.
Weird coincidences.
I know exactly who wrote it.
Wasn't me.
It's definitely Paul.
Wasn't me.
No, it was me.
It was
Oh,
him.
what? Oh.
Let's see. There was a weird coincidence recently, and I completely forgot it. Sorry.
And that's why you wrote it down?
I did. I was like, oh, this is going to be a great topic. And that was like maybe a month ago. And
Do you have any weird coincidences from your life?
Yeah, there was. Oh, yes, I do. I have several. What am I talking about? Okay, so weird coincidence one. Went to college at Michigan. Those who know, right?
That's a weird coincidence.
No, but that's where it begins. I went to college at Michigan. Then I started working at Marvel Comics. While I was working at Marvel Comics, a woman started working there up on the 12th floor with Tracy. Her name was Vicki Saunders. Vicki Saunders not only went to Michigan while I was there, she was a senior when I was a freshman. Didn't know her, but she was a senior when I was a freshman. Her mother, no, let me go further back. Oh, shit. Fuck, I'm running out of time. I'm going over a minute. I don't care.
You have to. No, you can't.
I can. I have to.
No, you can't.
The story's not over.
Your time is up.
I haven't gotten to the coincidence.
Your time is
no,
up.
I'm going.
We have the rules.
I'm going to keep going.
It's a minute.
No.
Just get to
Dude,
it.
let
me
Get to
finish
it
the
quick.
story.
Get to it quick.
You
And then-
have to finish the
no,
story.
You can finish it
No.
with another topic.
No,
Works
finish
for
the
it.
story. Let me finish the story. Come on. It's crazy. This is crazy.
Okay, get to it. Go for it.
So, okay, she in high school, she worked at a place called the Athlete's Foot. She lived in a different town. My older brother, worked at a place called the Athlete's Foot. They went on a date once. But then, going even further back in time, her mother and my father went on a date years and years ago, decades and decades ago. What a crazy coincidence.
That's
that
actually a
is.
crazy coincidence.
I even have another one that's connected to my father, but apparently I'm out of time.
Your time is up. You can do it on the next minute. That's just how this works.
By the way, this is a good lesson that we have to. Ben has to. You remember when I thought this meant to?
Yes, he has to
Ben
pull
up?
back.
You have to pull back. You got to.
You're-
Don't give
you're
me
o-
everything,
You're
dude.
overmodulating.
Just give me some bullets.
I need some ramp up. I need setup.
but the volume
notes.
is so much.
Cliff notes. Here we go.
All right, you ready?
Yes, wait, let me set the timer.
Set the timer.
I'm not going to be that strict, by the way.
Well, you should be. That's the rule.
That's
the way it
bullshit.
works.
That rule's bullshit.
Put a minute on the clock.
Hold on, timer ends. Let me make no sound.
Yeah. Minute on the clock.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
And go.
The topic is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, one of the most amazing romantic comedies ever put to film.
How do you do it?
What?
How do you do it?
What do you mean, how do you do it?
How do you lose a guy in 10 days?
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
No.
Do you know who's in the movie?
Reese
Heath
Witherspoon.
Ledger. Heath
Reese
Ledger.
Witherspoon.
Heath Ledger.
No, you guys.
Wait.
Are you kidding me?
What's his name?
Isn't this the same thing as 10 Things I Hate
Michael
About You?
McCona- Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Kate Hudson.
It's Kate Hudson.
Oh.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Jack Black.
It
Cameron
is.
Crowe.
It is Thomas Lennon, I think, is in it too.
Cameron Diaz.
It is. I think there's actually even a podcast about how to lose a guy in 10 days. I think that this is consistently the best romantic comedy ever on the face of the earth. And I have a really interesting coincidental story that I like to tell about back in time. I went to college down in Irvine, and I remember I was going to the movies to see How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And somebody else was also sitting 2 seats down from me in the theater for How to Lose a Guy. Is the time up yet?
Time is up.
Oh, then I'll tell it later.
No, finish the
No,
story.
I'm adhering to it. Here you go. I'll tell it when I have a chance. It was a really amazing story, though.
What if you don't get that chance?
I'll find a way to shoehorn it into the next topic.
I have another coincidence for later.
All right.
By the way.
That would have been a great half-hour one, by the way. I'm just saying. Go on.
What, coincidence?
Yes.
If How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days had shown up as an actual topic, Mitch would have been like, this is so dumb.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question.
I couldn't have talked for a half hour about that.
By the way, how do you think you can lose a guy in 10 days? Let's give us. You have one thing. What can you do?
Oh, you leave constant messages on their voicemail that get exponentially worse. I'm going to put this out there. When I was in college, I was dating somebody.
Ben's so pissed right now.
No, I'm not. It's
like,
fine.
stick
It's
to the
fine.
format.
Actually, I dated somebody in college, and I came to Hollywood and was working, and she was still down wherever I went to college. And I remembered it was back in the pager days. I got a page, and it was like 911, 911, and she was a little going overboard. And I came home to my answering message machine. The tape had been completely filled up, and exponentially the messages were like, "Hey, where are you?" And then the next one was like, "Why aren't you returning my calls?" And then it escalated into like crying hysterically, like, "Why are you doing this to me? Like this is..." And then we broke up. So that's all you have to do.
We should go find her. I think that's like Favreau and Swingers.
I mean, for all I know, she's listening. I don't know.
Okay, here we go. My turn.
All right, 1 minute on the clock.
Wait.
We need to make this satisfying for the audience, okay? So, like, we need to sort of like, we need to button up these stories and get to the point.
Okay.
Right?
I'm trying.
Okay.
In a minute. Here we go. Minute on the clock.
Hold on. No, not yet.
All right.
Oh.
Hold on.
Reset it. Reset. You're giving too much time to think. Oh, now he's deleting the timer.
That's fine.
All right. Ready? Go.
Shit. Okay, here we go. Topic. That time that you took the law into your own hands.
Oh.
I mean, who the hell wrote this? Is that,
I'm guessing that's Paul.
I don't even remember.
That's got to be Paul.
Has to be Paul.
I don't remember writing this
That time you took the law. Or I.
Oh,
took the
I
law.
did take the law into my own hand once. But go ahead, Mitch. You have 40 seconds left.
I'm trying to get there. Let's see.
Make it satisfying.
Okay, no, here we go. Junior year of college, my buddy and I, Tommy Owens, walking through a tailgate, going to a football game at the University of South Carolina. I've got one end of the igloo cooler. He's got the other end of the igloo cooler. I might have told this story before. I'm walking, and then my side is up in the air, and his side is completely on the ground dragging. He dropped it, and then I turned to my left, and there's a cop staring at me in the face. And he had just basically took off and ran. So it's not really taking it into your own hands, but I did have the law, and I had a cooler in my hand. And that's my story.
All right.
And
Into
there's that.
time.
A
Very,
minute.
very impressive.
I mean, it was a bit of a metaphor,
Yeah.
you know,
It wasn't-
hands and the law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someday we'll hear you're taking your
Someday
law
I'll
to
tell the story when
story.
Jen and I chased down a hit-and-run driver and chased her to a house, and the police came. It was awesome.
Why? I didn't have that story.
What?
I didn't have that story.
You never heard that story?
No, I didn't. I didn't have anything like that. That's why I had to
Oh,
do the
yeah.
metaphor.
Well,
Glad
it worked.
I'm glad I didn't get that one, frankly. All right, here we go.
All right.
Ready?
A minute on the clock
All right.
for Mr. Rab. Start the clock now. Go.
Greatest 80s superhero actor.
Oh, who's that? That must be you.
It's
Oh,
not
it's
me.
you.
Yeah, it's not me.
Greatest 80s superhero actor. Okay, go. You've got 50 seconds
Well,
left.
I mean, superhero as in action hero. I think that's what you're really meaning, because there really weren't that many superhero characters.
The writer can clarify.
I think I was going for action here.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm sorry, just to understand the context. So, I mean,
It's John Rambo, but go ahead.
well, that
Isn't
is
it-
subjective.
Isn't
I mean,
Rocky? Isn't Rocky an action hero?
Could be.
It's Indiana Jones. It's Schwarzenegger in Total Recall.
Is it Snake Plissken?
Snake Plissken? You know Snake Plissken.
Is that Roddy? Rowdy?
No, that's
Roddy?
Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas is Snake Plissken.
Kurt Russell. I don't know. I mean, Bruce Willis, staked a claim with Die Hard. Eddie Murphy staked a claim with Beverly Hills Cop. You
Yeah.
know, all these different action heroes kind of stepped up in the 80s because that was the era of the action hero. I don't know if you could say there was a greatest, frankly. I think it's all up to your tastes and opinions.
That's pretty tight.
Wow, that was a good tight minute.
Good tight.
That was really good and tight. All right, we don't have that many left.
Really?
I think we're going to get through all these.
Okay.
And then the only problem is you're going to have to come up with 3 new ones next time we sit down. All right, minute on the clock.
Ready?
Go. Who are your heroes? Who are your heroes?
Oh, I think I might have put that one in.
That could be Ben's.
Okay.
Who are my heroes? They're going to be creative heroes. I'm going to call out... I'm going to call out Larry David. I think what Larry David did with Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, pretty impressive.
That's a good one.
I would call out Wes Anderson, who took a film short and parlayed it into a very long career.
Who's that again?
Wes Anderson.
I'm
He
joking.
did. Okay, you know who that is. I would call out Billy Joel as an amazing musician who wrote his own songs, who told his own stories. How many times?
I did not realize you were such a Billy Joel fan.
I love it. My dad went to high school with Billy Joel, and it's an amazing story of him singing scenes from an Italian restaurant at a talent show. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yet you would still have Coldplay be the headliner.
Here, I'll just say Chris Martin is wonderful, and my time is up. Passing the ball to Mitch. We can no longer talk about Chris Martin.
Okay. We're working through these topics today. This is good.
Yes, we are. Another minute on the clock. Mitch, before you read it.
Yep.
Oh, you already read it.
No, I haven't.
You haven't read it yet?
Nope.
All right, how you feeling?
I feel good.
You feel
It's
good?
like
This is a sprint.
Does
This
the
is like a
ticking
real
clock
sprint.
give you angst, or are you okay with it?
The ticking clock does not give me angst.
Do you think we should award somebody some kind of monetary prize for doing the best job?
$30.
$30.
$30. Why $30?
That's the magic number.
It was 30. Because remember, it was $30 or ring the bell on Wall Street.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
All right, a minute on the clock. Mitch, Graham.
Oh, I don't know if I know this.
No,
Okay,
all
here
right,
we go.
do you
Oh,
want
wait,
Okay.
he's reset it again.
Okay, here we go.
Damn it. Hold on.
Oh, shit. Come on.
Am I ready?
Go.
Go.
What's the topic?
Dead raccoon versus missing limb.
Oh,
The Kibashi menu? What?
The Kobayashi Maru?
What is this? What is that? I don't know what this is.
can we stop the timer for a second?
No.
Stop it. No,
Hold on. Let's pass this around.
I have to explain it. I know what it is. I put it in.
Dead raccoon versus missing limb, the Kobayashi Maru. Okay, you were reading it correctly.
Yeah.
I have to explain it, and you then have to give him a minute.
All right, we will
Okay.
start.
This is
time
a
again.
rare one. Okay, here's your choice. You have
Okay.
to make your choice, and you have a minute to answer.
Okay.
You either have to live your life with a dead raccoon carcass in your stomach. It never can be passed.
What?
You just listen. You have a dead raccoon carcass in your stomach.
Carcass.
It will never pass. It's there. You sometimes feel half full when you eat. Every once in a while, you may burp and have a little bit of a taste of it.
Of death.
Or you lose one of your limbs. You have to choose to lose one of your limbs. One of the legs, one of the arms. Put a minute on the clock. Tell us what your answer is and why. Mitch Graham.
I'm
luck,
limping
Mitch.
all day long. I'm limping all day long. I have one leg. That's it.
Seriously?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, let me
Explain-
go back.
explain
let me go
your
back.
work.
Let me go back. I'll lose an arm.
Explain your work.
I don't want to feel nauseated and throwing up 24/7.
You're not going to throw up.
No, but I'll force myself to throw up because I'll be trying to get the raccoon.
It
out.
doesn't come out.
I won't. There's no way I can live my life with a dead raccoon carcass inside my stomach.
Prosthetics.
Yeah, I can do it. I could get by with one arm. Who's the guy? Who's the drummer?
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Right. I can make
that's
it
not
work.
his name.
But I can make it work though. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, for sure. Well, you would walk around with a dead raccoon carcass in your
I would
stomach.
eat far less. I wouldn't be hungry as much, and I would still have all my limbs.
What?
I'm just saying.
That is disgusting.
Look at that. You did that with 10 seconds to spare. Any last thoughts?
Well,
There
just
was-
that you've called this the Kobayashi Maru.
What is
Like,
the Kobayashi Maru?
That's a no-win scenario.
Well, isn't that a no-win scenario?
No.
Which is the winning scenario for you? Why is that making noise?
You can get by with prosthetics. Like, you can lose a limb and still have a happy, perfectly
Do
functioning
you
life.
find that that's a better decision?
By the way,
Yes.
do you guys think that's the issue here? That's clearly not the issue.
I don't know what the issue is.
Okay, here we go. Ben's up. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Working through it. Here we go.
Number
right.
3.
Minute on the clock.
Okay.
Minute on the clock. Did you
Yep.
start the clock?
There it is. I got it right here.
Start it.
Good.
Go. What is it?
Shampoo bowl conversation. What is a shampoo bowl?
I think Paul put in extra things, dude. Like he's got like all of them in here.
is this like where you're washing your kid's head in a shampoo bowl?
It is when
What?
you go to a salon, you're getting your hair cut, and they're washing your hair
Oh.
first.
Okay, that's a sink.
Whatever. It's called a shampoo bowl.
I love that. That tree.
That's the
that-
hairdresser.
What's the conversation? Like, what do you talk about?
I love it.
I don't like to talk.
Okay.
Not to bring it to
is
a
that
dead
how you'd like to use your minute?
I mean, if my head's in the shampoo bowl right now, I'm leaning back and I'm just enjoying getting my hair washed.
You don't talk to them at all?
If they talk
What if
to
they're
me, I'll
using
talk
that
to
like
them.
minty hair? That minty hair.
I like that. I like a good scalp massage. I
Yeah.
like to just sort of chill out and be there and just be in the moment. And it's like being at the dentist. I don't want to talk when I'm at the dentist.
You don't talk to the dentist?
I don't talk to.
Well, clearly they're doing stuff in your mouth,
Yeah,
but
get your hand in my mouth.
you don't find that there's a lot of pressure to have conversation when they're doing your shampoo bowl?
I mean, there's some pressure, but
Time's up.
Time's
All
up.
right.
Oh my God, this is maybe the dumbest thing.
No, this is good.
This is
I
good.
I
This is
have a
good.
lot to say about shampoo bowl,
Okay.
but it's not my topic to talk about. Are you,
Wait, real quick. Actually, before we do you both have your own stylus?
Not anymore.
I do.
Mine keep either getting fired or quitting or going to other salons, so I keep having to get new ones.
So you have your own. So you know, like you, who does your hair?
Actually, it's the same person that does Tracy's hair. Cara.
Oh, Cara, yeah.
But I mean, I moved from somebody in Santa Monica because it was far too long of a drive. Someone here, and I had to like break up with my hairstylist, which was serious drama. And then, I always just feel like there's pressure to have conversation.
Well, yeah, especially if you know them. Yeah. You have to
just,
engage
you
a
can just
little
ghost. I mean, I sort of ghost.
You have to. I feel like you have to talk to them. Otherwise, you're that person who says nothing.
Sure, no, absolutely. When you're in the chair, but like when it's shampoo.
But
time,
you have the shampoo when they're doing. Like, you usually have assistants who are doing your hair, shampooing your hair, massaging your head, all that stuff. And they're like, "How you doing? What do you just shut them down?"
By the way,
of course, no, you talk, you say hello, you
two have assistants doing your hair. What's going on?
Yeah,
I go to Floyd's.
But you don't even wash your face, so that makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, put a minute on the clock.
Right, here we go. Ready?
Here we go. Minute is on the clock.
When you're ready.
Turning 50. I know who that is.
That was me.
That was Mitch.
Yeah.
You've been thinking about this for weeks.
I was going through some shit, guys.
Trying to tackle 2024.
Here's all I'll say is when I was a kid and my parents were 40, they seemed really old.
Yeah.
Okay. But now, when I'm in and around that number, I feel like we're all much younger versions of people at these ages. I think people in their 50s are like what people in their late 30s, early 40s used to be. At least this is what I tell myself when I go to sleep each night or wake up at 3 a.m. thinking about the age. But
it's a little My Back Pages.
A little what?
My Back Pages.
Was
I
that?
was so much older then. I'm younger than that now.
I mean, it's that old adage of like, even if I look in the mirror, I don't think I look my age, but I feel much younger.
Well, now you got a skincare regimen.
Yeah, you look
and
good.
I have a skincare regimen.
You look good.
Right?
You're good.
So as long as that's the case. That's
okay, time's up. Can I tell one funny story?
Yeah,
about turning 40?
Yeah, go ahead.
When my mom and dad turned 40, they were born 10 days apart from one another. So they had a joint birthday party.
Yeah.
They had a male and a female stripper at their 40th birthday. Okay.
Did they really?
Yeah. We had this. Yeah, it was pretty fun. And I walked by and saw it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, excuse me, what's going on?"
They had it in the house.
It was we lived in a motel,
Right.
and then the bottom floor was a restaurant, and it was in the restaurant. So I walked by.
Wow.
Doors were locked, but I saw everything. It was pretty good. We got pictures of it.
And
too.
the male and the female stripper are doing it at the same time?
No, one came in, then the next one came in.
Oh my.
It's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there needs to be a limited series about your youth.
It's pretty good.
The 70s were a swinging time for the Grams.
Yeah.
Wow. Strippers, free quarters, video games.
The thing with me, I was like, I wonder where those strippers live. Like, where are they from? Like, do they work at a place? Or
Where are they
private?
now?
Yeah, are they private strippers?
I want to find those people.
They may not be alive.
You don't think? Really?
And it was like they were like super hairy. It was pretty good.
Well,
No, sorry. So sorry. The guy was super hairy, like the hairy chest. Not
Sure.
They weren't like full.
But when you say stripping, like totally stripping, or just like down to G-strings?
G-strings and
There was no manscaping going on back then.
Yeah, banana hog. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I just, I don't know. All right, put a minute on the
timer.
clock.
Here we go. Ready?
Minute on the clock for the speed round.
Go.
Might be mine. Here we go. Okay. One day that you think about.
Can you? Wow, you read it so eloquently.
Fucking lights on. One day that you think about from your past. Yeah. One day that you think about often from your past.
Okay.
Who wrote that?
I did.
Oh, you can't even read your own
Yeah,
idea.
I couldn't tell. I know. By the way, this was more for you guys, okay? I don't really think of anything.
I don't know.
Except for the strippers.
Right. You've got quite a few memories.
And the pig.
You know what? No, there is a day that actually pops up in my head every once in a while. There's a beach in right outside of Wilmington. You drive up to Wilmington, North Carolina. You paddle across the channel, which is tons of sharks in this channel, but you paddle across this channel to a place called Masonboro. And it was one day. I'm not a great surfer, but I did surf. It was one day that was the best day of my life surfing. And I remember it, and I remember the feeling. I remember everything about it. I think about that day probably once every 2 weeks.
And time is up. Very good.
Good job.
I felt the emotion. I could see the sun.
It was a good day.
You caught some good waves. How tall were the waves?
It's about 5 foot.
Okay. All right. Impressive.
I'd like to just go back to my weird coincidences one and give a shout out because that was actually an idea Tracy gave me to put in the bowl.
This is illegal.
You're not allowed to.
By law.
Whose law?
There's a bylaw we wrote.
Paragraph 6, Section 3.2 of the What Are We Talking About bylaws state you may not write down topics that are not your own.
It's my topic. I wanted to talk about it. She gave me the thought.
How did she give you the thought?
By talking. That's what we were talking about.
Oh. Okay, I got it.
I think we need to have a meeting after this when we're not on the air.
That's fine.
That's all. Set the timer.
All right, here we go. I'm going to walk and chew gum here.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
And here we go now.
Killing insects in the house. Yes, I am often called to do that.
Are you? How do you feel about that?
I mean, they had it coming to them, some of them.
Is this your topic?
Yeah. No, it's not my topic.
Okay, it's bitches.
It's not mine.
Are you sure?
That's
Dude,
yours.
it's got to be
I
yours.
swear to God, I
It
didn't
feels
write
like
this.
one of yours.
I
It
never
is.
wrote this
I'm
one.
pretty
It
sure you did.
definitely is
But I
yours.
will tell you, I met Jason Schwartzman once, and he refused to kill any insects in his house. His whole family would bring even flies out of the house to not
That's
kill
very
them.
nice. Yeah, I don't have such compunctions. I mean, there's certain critters. Like if a cricket gets in, the goal is to try and get it out.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
'cause
bad luck.
there's-
Bad luck.
Yeah.
But like a spider, I mean, I don't know. Once in a while, I try and let them out. Like a lot in the garage, and those can go. But like the ones that get into the house, I need them crawling around. So I'm afraid my karma's not great on that front.
I save spiders. I do.
Do?
I got to teach Owen to do it.
Start calling you Spider-Man.
If you
Yeah.
kill a spider, the family will come after you.
Is that right?
It's true.
What?
There was a Garfield comic that said that.
Well, the Garfield must be true.
Yes.
Time.
Is up. Okay. We are. I don't know how many of you guys got.
4.
I didn't keep track.
I
4.
got 4, yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
So we're
I
halfway.
think you got the Hiramashu, whatever. What's that one?
The the hair shampoo bowl.
No, the other one.
I don't
The
know.
raccoon carcass.
I only have 3. Why is that?
Because you're about to pick your 4th.
There's 4 over there.
There's 4. Okay.
This is my 5th. Did I start?
No, Mitch started.
I've got 3 on mine. Where's the raccoon carcass? Where's that?
Well, typically
Here's
be in your stomach.
Here's raccoon carcass.
Okay, so now
So
I
you
got
have 4.
Okay.
Oh, and I have.
Then that
two.
must be yours
That's
too.
yours. Okay.
Let me see which one this is.
These must all be numbered.
This is.
This
How did this go in 10 days?
This is the
Okay.
debacle of the show, by the way.
What? No, this is great.
Would you, Mitch, now having seen part of this pilot presentation for this episode, is there anything you change?
I would give us more time. I don't know if a minute is enough.
You would give everybody what, 2 minutes?
Maybe.
I've
No,
got more coincidences.
I would feel. What we should have done is maybe go top three out of the bowl, and we should have gone around the horn to get everybody's story.
Maybe for the
Or just
final
2
one.
minutes per.
Maybe for the final ones, our last
Yeah.
3.
Let's do that.
You start,
Yeah.
and then each person gets
Okay.
a minute to talk about it as well.
Good call. It's good
Okay.
producing.
That's
All
good
right, here we
producing.
go.
That's a good
Thanks.
idea.
I
Okay.
try to do my
All right.
best.
So we're
Okay,
ready.
minute on the clock. Go ahead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh my
I've been
gosh.
waiting for this one.
Hold on, I'm going to show Mitch just this logo here. Do you think you know what this topic is?
What is that?
Do you know what that topic is?
that?
It's like a pentagram.
What is that?
I don't know.
Captain
Do you
America?
see what it says now?
Oh yeah, it's Rush.
It's Rush.
Signals.
All right, here's what I can tell you about Rush.
Signals.
Um,
That album?
I know how to pronounce Geddy Lee. Clearly, I don't know how to pronounce Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Peart.
Peart.
I would tell you that the only things I know about Rush come from the Time Stand Still album, which is
That's the Hold Your Fire album.
Hold Your Fire album. That is literally the one album I was schooled on.
Okay.
I do
1987.
know Tom Sawyer. I don't know what album that's from.
Moving Pictures.
I do know 2112 only because it's a number that Ben likes. And that's probably all I can tell you about Rush.
Wow, it's a good thing I didn't get
And
that
I'm
one.
sure Susie in Canada.
Here's
is-
what I know about Rush. I'll give you my 2 cents on Rush just real
Okay.
quick.
All right.
I think Rush is one of those like closet favorite bands of a lot of people. Like Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl loves them. Jack Black.
There's no closet there.
Well-
They are way out of the closet when it
They
comes to the
are,
Rush.
but like I don't think like when you think of like the greatest rock bands on the planet, sometimes it's like you go to Led Zeppelin or you go to the Who or you go to some of those other things. But then you ask like real musicians, and they a lot of times they always go to Rush.
This is correct.
Yeah, that's.
But can Rush even perform anymore?
Well, no, one of them's dead.
So that's it. They're done. Right? Well, why wouldn't they just bring somebody else in?
Because you can't replace the new guy.
They replaced Steve Perry.
Wait, who's
different.
wait, the drummer? Right, the drummer passed away.
Geddy Lee is still there.
Yeah.
So why can't you replace the one dude that died?
Because
I don't think anybody can play it like him.
it's just...
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say people can't play his parts. It's just no one is him. And they've, after working together for 40 years, you don't just be like, yeah, you know what, let's replace that guy and keep going.
But isn't that, if you're Geddy Lee, don't you want to still perform and play your
He
music?
does, yeah, and so I mean, Alex does too. But they're getting up in years. I mean, they're in their 70s. They're not like spring chickens anymore.
I might be tired.
If
Yeah.
you were Ben, if you were sitting at a dinner table opposite Geddy Lee, and you could ask only one question,
That is a coincidence that I could tell you about because I once did do that very thing.
and did you ask him a question?
I didn't ask him. Well, I did ask him a question, but it was may I interrupt
Wait,
you for a moment?
you were sitting across, right, or something like that?
So I was sitting. Tracy and I were. It was our anniversary. We were at the restaurant Grace on Beverly Boulevard, and 2007 roughly. or 2008, 7, I think. I had my back to the restaurant. Tracy was facing me. She had the back to the wall. She looks. She sees Geddy Lee walk in, followed by Alex Lifeson. They sit down at the table right behind us to have their dinner with their producer and another musician. I forget what his name was, but they were right there behind us, and I kind of shut down. I just shorted out and like blew a gasket, and like me and the waiter were the only two people who recognized who they were, and we were waiting to just like, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And you know, Tracy was just enjoying the theater of it all. But on the way out, I tapped them on the shoulder, and I said, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just want to let you know I'm a huge fan. You probably don't remember I met you backstage at a concert 5 years ago, but they were incredibly gracious and nice, and I probably could have asked to take a picture, but I didn't. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But yeah.
That happened to me with William Catt.
Oh, Great American Hero.
I saw him at a sandwich shop. Jen and I were sitting right down from him, and I didn't ask for a picture because I felt like what an idiot.
And you'll
to be like,
you'll never forget this moment.
What are you going to do? It's like,
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, so let's pass the bowl to Mitch. We're going to give Mitch
round 5.
You know what? You don't even need the timer on this. Just give him. You know what a minute is now.
Yep.
Give a minute, and we'll each comment.
Okay, here we go.
All right, what do we got? How many are left in the bowl, by the way?
By the way, there's actually quite a few.
Okay, so we'll leave those.
Wow. Stunned silence.
Wow.
It's mine.
Do you have a problem with it?
No, it's fine. I can do it. I think I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
You ready? I think we can all answer this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. What has been the most surprising thing about parenthood?
Oh, the fact that people still watch it. I mean, it's a really great movie.
Or you mean the movie?
No,
here
we go.
Oh, you mean being a parent? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Again, wrote this a long time ago. Don't know what I was thinking about when I wrote it.
15 weeks ago? 17 weeks ago?
Shit.
Sometime in 2024.
What is my answer? I don't know. The most surprising thing about being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
I think the easy answer would be how exhausting it is.
That's interesting.
But how fulfilling it is, right?
Mm.
Something like that.
Okay.
Let me think about this for a second. We're going to pull all this out because I don't have an answer right now.
I think, and for me, what's most surprising about it is how...
No, I got it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Here we go.
Rewind.
No, you know what it is?
Thank you.
You know what it is? This is what it is. I have to remind myself a lot of times because as your children are growing up, they go through phases, right? And they go through different times, and they're different people at different times. And I think what has been most surprising is that nothing is permanent, right? Like they're different phases, they're different people at those different in those different phases. So when I sort of get either frustrated or concerned, or maybe I think everything's done, I have to remind myself that nothing is permanent, and it's people continue to grow. So that's it.
All right.
I mean, I think for me, it's to that point of the different phases, it's like how you don't realize when one phase is over and another one's begun, right? Like, Tracy and I were talking the other day about something that happened, 3-4 years ago, and it's just like, it's staggering to think of how different things are now, and how much more water is under that bridge, but you just didn't notice it even passing, and I think the other thing that's also surprising is just sort of, what you thought your kids were going to be, and then to see them become who they are, and also who you are in relation to them. I mean, that's something special and different, and you can't know it until you go through it.
I think for me, when your kids are born, you can't, if someone were to tell you the personality and the things that you see about them at day 1 will be exactly who they are at day 1,000, it seems so hard to fathom that would never be the case. But when you look back at them, however many years prior, exactly who they were at day 1 to day 5, you can see it.
Yeah.
They don't change. They really are the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that for me. And then the second thing is that they see me as an adult who's taking care of them. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm still like a 27-year-old kid living in LA. Like I don't look in the mirror and think I'm a dad.
Yeah, right.
But they see me, and immediately that's the word that pops into their head. Somebody who's going to give them advice, who's going to help them through X, Y, and Z. And I don't feel like I'm even that person. It's so surprising that somebody looks at me the way that I think about my parents.
Yeah, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
It's a good topic.
Yeah,
It's a good topic.
very good topic.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Pick another good one.
I make no
right.
promises.
It could be something about a raccoon, maybe. I did
Carcass.
put 2 raccoon ideas in there.
All right. What?
I'm kidding.
Oh. All right. Best sequel ever.
Who wrote that?
That might have been me. Shit.
It's not me.
That's me.
Okay.
That's me.
All right.
I mean, you can go with the traditional
I know the traditional one for you.
Empire Strikes Back.
That's not really your choice, though.
Well, I mean, it probably would be. No, I think so, because just as movies that were in a series that made me feel a certain way, that like I didn't want to leave the world that it was. That was the movie that made me like, I just want to stay there. I just want to, exist and inhabit it to see where it goes, because obviously it ended on such a downer note.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's probably from me.
All right, so my answer is to you two is probably going to be the Coldplay of answers.
God, what is it?
Back to the Future 2.
Oh.
A lot of people don't like this movie. It's a very divisive
I
film.
feel like a lot of people do like it.
But
though.
the reason I love it is because I love that world of 1 so much that I it's like I got into the second movie and they just shifted the camera to the right and to the left of these sequences that were like indelibly, like in my brain. And I got to see behind the curtain of moments that were from the first movie. They expand, and I love that about it. I love actually anything that allows you to go back. I loved Endgame as an example, Avengers Endgame, because they did the same thing. 10 years of Avengers movies, and now we got to go back into these worlds and these moments, but with a different perspective. And so that's why I love Back
I
to
get
the
that
Future
one.
too.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, we know what yours is.
No, you know what? I'm going to switch
Ooh.
it. No, because you know
What?
what? Because the sequel would have to be the second one, right? You can't go like third or fourth.
It's true.
right?
Oh, I see.
And I didn't love 2, which
Rocky 2.
right.
Yes.
So I'm actually going to go Maverick.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, Top Gun
Okay.
Maverick. I didn't know if you were
Contemporary.
talking about Maverick with Mel Gibson.
No, yeah, I'm going to go Top Gun Maverick. I think that that was a
That was a good
very
sequel,
well
yeah.
done sequel.
It was.
25 years later or whatever it was.
Really true.
Very good. All
Okay.
right.
Okay, there we go.
Pass me the ball. This is the last one, and then we will leave.
The speed round ends.
We will leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8.
All right,
Whoa.
all right. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
You may not have to come up with 3 ideas next time, Mitch.
No, you still do.
All right. Oh, this looks like this looks like Ben's writing.
Uh-oh.
Got to be.
Most embarrassing moment at a party.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. Here's mine. This is a college party. I am with my fraternity brothers. I'm drunk. I am feeling like I have the world at my fingertips, and I feel like I'm the, king of the world. And there is somebody in the party who we don't know, and like to be cool, like somebody has a lighter and they give me a lighter, and I reach up behind the guy without him looking, and I start to light the lighter by his hair. And he turns around and he sees me trying to light his hair on fire, and he flips out, and a fight is about to ensue. But then I have all my fraternity brothers who get in there for me and quickly whisk me away and whisk him away. But it was embarrassing because I was being a total asshole.
Yeah.
And there was no fight, but that was my embarrassing moment.
You go, because I don't know. I got to think of mine.
I actually have 2. One's definitely more embarrassing than the other, but I'll go with an older one. I'm the source of a lot of embarrassment. When Tracy and I were living back in New York, I used to live in an apartment, this gorgeous brownstone on 69th Street between Central Park West and Columbus, 9 West 69th. And when Tracy and I got engaged, we moved into her apartment on 75th. But her roommate, one of my college friends, this woman Laura Solomon, she moved from her apartment with Tracy into my old apartment, and she was having a party. I shat up that place I left it a mess. I did not take good care of this gorgeous apartment. And then when Solly moved in, she very wisely cleaned it all up and made it livable again. But she had a party, and we went, and whatever I'd had I think we had sushi for dinner.
Uh-oh.
And now bear in mind, this is a studio apartment with a loft sleeping space, but basically a living room with a kitchenette right there, all just one room, and all these people. And something I ate did not sit right with me, and so I had to use the one bathroom. And
Is this an Along Came Polly moment?
I never saw that movie. I
Okay.
don't think.
All
But
right.
all I know is that I cleared that apartment.
Oh,
Like that party was irradiated by the
Oh,
time I was
God.
done with that bath.
Oh,
that's
So
bad.
I'm sorry, Solly. I hope you forgive me all these years later.
I have got a little bit. It's a little bit of a different way into it. I was at a bachelor party. I then left the bachelor party. I went to Kristen's house. We were not married. We were not engaged. We were just dating. I had never met her father one time before, and I go back to her. I took a white stretch limo from the Las Vegas Strip by myself to her house. I get dropped off. I wake up I'm on the couch in my suit, sleeping. Her father walks out, and her father looks up and he like basically wakes me up and he says, "Do you want a cheeseburger?" And I was like, "What?" I was like he had no idea who he was and something like that. And like I was appalled that I was sitting there sleeping in my suit on his couch and I had never met him before. So that's a little bit of a different way in, but I was pretty embarrassed.
That is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So that's it.
well, there you go.
That's
Wow.
All right. We got through 15?
15.
This was an epic
15
conversation.
topics. The what a speed round that was. Woo! What a speed round.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. That's good.
We did it.
So we have remaining in the bowl 1,
We have
2,
a surplus.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 9, and we can
Okay.
just pick up next time with more ideas.
What episode was this?
This is 117.
All right.
Mark them accordingly.
Mark it all 117. But here, Ben, you can write it on mine.
All right.
What are we going to do with all these pieces of paper?
We'll see what posterity has.
Are we going to frame them, create multiple versions of them, and we frame them in our house?
We're going to make a topic quilt.
A topic quilt. We can sell that along with the popcorn buckets.
Merry Christmas.
It's in time for Christmas. The popcorn quilt. The popcorn quilt? Is that what you called it? No.
What do we
the
think about
topic
the
quilt?
What do we think about the Monday taping? Are we into that? What do we think?
I don't know.
I don't know, right?
There was a lot of chaos.
I think that the chaos works well for us.
Yeah. Well, so for people listening, clearly we've recorded 2 episodes on one day. We have to come clean on that.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So the episode you're listening to now was also recorded at the same time as our last episode. It's like what they do on Wheel of Fortune. They film Wheel of Fortune, a whole season of Wheel of Fortune in like
right.
a month.
It's just called being efficient. That's all it is.
That's right.
I really don't like that show though.
Well, who does?
You don't like
Well,
Wheel of
I
Fortune?
don't.
I can watch Wheel of Fortune.
like Wheel of
What's wrong with Wheel of Fortune?
No, because you know what? Sometimes the sayings and the phrases, you're like, nobody fucking says that.
It's
Well,
funny
you might be looking too deep.
It's
into
funny
it.
you say that because I was at the Hollywood Bowl
Well, how are you
recently.
supposed to guess?
I was at the Hollywood Bowl recently, and John Mulaney.
Yeah.
We saw John Mulaney,
Oh, yeah.
and he has a whole new bit about how his 2-year-old kid, talks like the phrases that are on Wheel of Fortune. That they're not actual phrases; they're missing words in between. It's very funny.
It's a saying. No, it's not. Nobody says that.
Well, what is it? What's the?
It's like pickle horseradish lettuce.
Yeah.
No one fucking says that. How
It's
am I
like,
supposed to guess?
It's like if it was like a Rolling Stone gathers no moss, like on Wheel of Fortune, it'd be like Rolling Stone gathers moss. And maybe that's not it. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Clearly, I'm not John Mulaney. He had a good phrase.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Ah.
Anyways.
And that's what we're talking about, huh?
Oh, so listen, if this is your first time listening to the show,
Thank you.
welcome.
This is not the way it normally goes.
No, this is a very special episode. I want to thank everyone's participation today. It was a wonderful speed round. Maybe we'll do it again in
A year.
a
1
ye-
year.
a year, perhaps.
Couple months.
6 months.
You said annual.
This is if we're 17. We started this show when? February,
Yeah, February.
March, April, May. So 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
They say most podcasts that go past 10, 20 episodes, I think it's 10 or 15 episodes, are here to stay.
Okay. All right. Got 3 more to go. Get us in there.
Wow.
3 more, and we will be here to stay. If you are a fan, hey, spread the word.
Spread the word.
Let people know on social. Tag us.
Twitter,
Subscribe.
Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky.
And Blue Sky, please.
WAWTACAST.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to keep track. All you got to do is go into the show information on our podcast that you just listened to, and you'll see our email address. We're still open for ideas. If you have an idea for the show you'd like us to cover,
Oh, and comments.
yes, and comments as well, and
If you want
reviews.
Seagram's voice to read your comments.
I think you know what? I think that's what we need to do. I think that's the next step. That's the next evolution of this thing, right? We got to get some. We got some viewer topics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So viewers, send them in.
Some listener topics.
I mean, it'd be funny if somebody's watching and creepy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Super creepy.
WAWTAcast@gmail.com. Send us your ideas. This is Paul.
This has been
This is Mitch.
and that's what we're talking about.